Hello, everyone. Welcome to the LFMTE owners meeting. Can everyone hear me okay? All right, perfect. I'll give everyone a few minutes to join in and get settled in. Yeah, we have an exciting meeting for you today. We've got a few big things to announce. It's been a while since we've released a new plugin that's really focused on the core traffic exchange experience. So I know we had a meeting, I think it was the beginning of June, where we were brainstorming some ideas and we were starting to lean towards banner ads because I know that's one of the things that a lot of people may overlook. And I know that my own banner ads haven't gotten quite the results that they used to in TEs. So we've been thinking about how we can revamp that and how we can make banner ads effective again. And we've been building a plugin that we think does just that. We think it makes things exciting. It gives people a reason to click on banner ads. But what we didn't want to do is we didn't want to just inflate the clicks or burn through people's impressions. We wanted to give members better results with their banner ads. And I think that's exactly what this plugin accomplishes. Let me just jump right into it. Let me go into desktop sharing and I'll show you what we've built and how it works. Can everyone see my desktop? All right, perfect. So this is just the admin panel for a test site. The new plugin that we've released is Banner Click Rewards. And let me just go straight into the members area and show you how it works. So by default, it goes right next to your surf option. There'll be a new option that says Banner Click Rewards. And this is just a test site, so there's not a lot of other banners or members here to see, but this just gives you an idea of what the plugin is and how it works. So when your members go to the banner click rewards page, you can click a banner now to earn rewards, and it says what the rewards are per click. And you can set this per membership area. But right now, members get 2 credits, 4 banner impressions, and 6 text ads whenever they click a banner. And again, you can set these to wherever you want them to be. But then members will see a page of banners. Right here, I've just got 2 of them, but by default, it will show 6 banner ads here. And then members will be able to click the one that they want to see. So I'm going to click on this one that says LFMTE Summer Sale. So when I click on it, it does pretty much what you'd expect. It goes to the member's website. But when you go back to the members area, you can see I've claimed the reward. I've claimed 2 credits, 4 banners, and 6 text ads, and the plugin automatically adds this to the member's account. When they click this, now you see there's a countdown. So they have to wait an hour before they can click a banner again. And then after an hour, they can go back to banner click rewards, click another banner, and get another reward. But it gets even more exciting than that because there's a jackpot here. So every time a member clicks on a banner, they get an entry to the jackpot. And the jackpot, it can be, you can see here, it's daily, every night at midnight, but you can have it once a week. You can set the day of the week. You can have it whenever you want it. But every time a member clicks on an ad to get a reward, they get another entry into the jackpot. And the jackpot prizes are 200 credits, 400 banners, and 600 text impressions. So every night at midnight, the plugin runs automatically. It draws a member based on how many entries they have. and then it gives them the jackpot prize automatically. And you can see that throughout the day, it keeps a leaderboard here and it shows each member. You can see this is me. I've got two entries, the one that I just clicked, and then I tested it earlier. So I've got two entries for today. But as more and more members click on banner ads, it will show the leaderboard over here, how many entries each member has. And then at midnight, it draws an entry, it gives that person the jackpot prize, and then it resets for the next day. So this is how everything works from the members side. Let me take you into the admin side to show you all of the options that you have as the site owner. So you go under apps and under banner click rewards. First, you can see some stats. You can see there's been a total of 6 clicks today, and 2 different users have used it. This is just me and a test user because this is just a test site. But this shows you how many members are engaging in the program and how many clicks you're getting day by day, and then also your total clicks. But you can customize this quite a bit. You can set how long members have to wait between banner ads. By default, I've got it set to an hour, but you could have it so every 30 minutes members can click on a banner. You can have it so every 2 hours, every 12 hours, whatever you want this to be set to. You can set how many banner ads are displayed by page. So again, in the members side, right now it shows 2. But on a live site, I would probably set this closer to something like 6. This gives members the chance to see a list of banner ads and then choose which one interests them. This way, you're not just inflating their clicks or just burning through members' impressions. The members are going here and they're not just getting a reward, but they're choosing a banner that interests them, and then they click on it and then they go to that member's site. And then here you can turn the jackpot on and off. I've got the jackpot so it runs every day at midnight, but you can also change it to weekly. And if you do weekly, you can choose which day of the month it does. So it could be Wednesday at server time. Every week it draws a jackpot. I'm just going to leave this set to daily. Now down here, you can choose both the rewards that they get for clicking on banner ads and then also the jackpot prizes for every membership level. This site, it's only got 2 membership levels, free and upgraded, but you can just switch between the tabs and then you can set credits, banners, and text impressions. This is all I'm using right now, but you can give them cash, you can give them square banner ads, mini banners, traffic pod points, or you can give them piggy bank cash if you have those plugins installed. And again, you can set everything. You can give them just a few credits or just a few banner impressions for the regular clicks, and then you can give them cash for the jackpot prize if you want. You can set this however you want it for each membership level. And then finally, down here at the bottom, it shows a list of your jackpot winners. So you can see I won early today when the cron ran, and it shows which member won. It shows you what prize they won. This is the jackpot prize. And then it shows you the number of entries they had when they won. So I clicked 4 banners yesterday, and that's how many entries I had to win. Okay, I think this about sums up everything that the banner click rewards plugin can do. I think it's exciting. I think it will really give members a renewed interest in banner ads, both advertising them because they're going to be getting a lot more clicks on their banner ads, and then also for members, they have, this exciting new page in their account where they can go every hour and then get extra rewards just for clicking on banner ads. And again, the way that we've got this designed is they're choosing the banner that interests them. So they're not just randomly clicking on banners and burning through your members' impressions. They're actually clicking on something they can see, oh, start a traffic exchange. I'm kind of interested in that. So that's the one I'm going to click this hour. So I think that's really it gives you multiple benefits for your members, both getting better advertising results and um, giving them rewards. All right, so this plugin is available now. if you log into your LFMTE members area and click on latest plugins, we're going to normally price this at $95, but we're doing a special discount. Just as we're releasing it, just for the first few days, we dropped the price down to $75. And just like all of our other plugins, if you have more than one LFMTE exchange, you only have to buy it once. You buy the plugin, and then it'll be in your app store for all of your LFMTE sites. All right, are there any questions, comments, anything you want me to go over again? Yes, I agree, Dwayne. I think this will renew a lot of interest in banner ads, and I think it'll give members a good reason to um, ad impressions. In fact, if you do install this on your LFMTE exchange, I would even recommend setting up a login offer saying, we have this exciting new feature, banner click rewards. Get, you know, 10,000 banner impressions for a couple dollars or whatever you want to price this at. Have a login offer running as you announce this to get some sales at your TE. I think this is a great opportunity to do that. Also, hello, Robert. Welcome in.
How do you do, everybody? Yeah, I mean, I'll, I'll I'll tell you guys this. We spent what 2 hours, Josh, in a meeting going over looking for ways that we can regenerate um, things like this for the users, some excitement in it, and the banner ads. Just in case of seeing them all across the front, they get clicked now and again. But all of this, like I said, it renews their excitement of being in a traffic exchange again. Um, it's something different. It's up there. I'm quite excited about it too because it's different, right? In the years that I've been in and around traffic exchanges, okay, there have been a couple of times when something new's come online and it's great, but mostly this is just about sitting there clicking, looking at pages. Now you've got something different to look at. Okay, there's a reason to put banner ads up there. There's a reason now to use your credits and all that to add to banners and all that kind of thing. It just adds something to the experience. So yeah, we took some time designing this, Josh. Doing we had a lot of fun doing it too. A lot of
Yeah,
crazy,
yeah. Yeah, it was a good brainstorming session.
lot of crazy ideas came out, but this this is something new. Okay, so I embrace this idea.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Yeah, we did have a good brainstorming session. We said, how can we really get back to the core TEs of giving better results for advertising? And, we thought banner ads, banner ads is something that, has been in TEs for a long time, but they haven't really had much excitement in a while. So we thought, how can we do this? And, we got the rewards, we got the jackpot system. I think this will really get people talking again.
It's called
Um,
innovation. It's called innovation.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that's been around for 20 years, and all of a sudden you put something new in it. You put some new energy into it, which is what this is designed to do. Put some new energy into your members using traffic exchanges.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just looking through the chat. I see a few impressions. And Dwayne, yes, this only shows banner ads that are active and have impressions assigned. And yes, it counts as a regular impression. When members go to the banner click rewards page and they see those banner ads, those count as an impression. So it updates their stat and then it deducts an impression. And then when they click on it, it updates their clicks as well. Um, Now, what happens in a tie? It's actually a random drawing, Vern. Um, so even if I have the most entries, it gives me the biggest chance of winning, but I may not necessarily win. There could be somebody near the bottom who just has a couple entries in the drawing and they get lucky that day and they get their name drawn. So in general, the person with the most entries has the highest chance of winning, but somebody might get lucky. So yeah, it draws it's a raffle. It's every time that you click on the banner, you get a raffle added in, and then every night when the cron runs, it just shuffles through them. It picks out one ticket, and yeah, somebody with a lot of tickets has a higher chance of winning, but somebody lower on the leaderboard might have a chance of drawing, so or a chance of winning. So I think this actually makes it a bit more exciting. You know, there might
It's,
be a member who, you know,
think of this like the lottery. Okay, the more tickets you buy, the more chances you got of winning. But somebody with just a single line can be the winner that day.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Right now it supports 468 by 60. We figure that that's just what members are most familiar with. Probably everyone's promoting 468 by 60. Now we might expand this into the future. We might add 125 by 125. We might add text ads. We might update this even further. But I think just for starting out, I think it helps to keep it simple. And I think everyone knows what a 468 by 60 banner ad is. So I think you can just, in fact, most of your members probably already have banners in rotation. So I think this makes it, it just lessens the learning curve for members.
I mean, I just as a thought here, you could even at a later date use this um, as a login offer. The minute you log in, say right before you start thinking, get into the um, click a banner and be part of the jackpot right away. So it could be the first page people see as well as a
Yeah,
login ad.
yeah, that's a great
I say,
idea. Yes, actually you could, Steve. Yeah, it's so the plugin installer adds it to the menu, but yeah, it's yoursite.com/banner click rewards.php, and you could put that into rotation if you wanted to. And yes, to get the rewards, they have to go to the banner click rewards page. It doesn't work on the regular surf bar still works as usual. It still rotates them and it still updates the stats when members click on it. But to get the reward and to get the entries into the drawing, they have to go to banner click rewards. And there is that cooldown because you don't want members just clicking on banners, that they're not even interested in and just getting tons of rewards. We've got the hour cooldown. So the thinking is every hour, members who go to this page, they see about 6 banner ads and they say, which one stands out to me? Which ones interest me? And then they click on that and they go to the member's site. And then that's when they get the reward and their um, raffle ticket. Um, okay, yeah, that's something I might think about having an email go out. Yeah, I might think about doing that. It does, in the admin panel, it does show you who won. And um, and it shows it for the past several days. So if you want to send out a weekly email and say these were the raffle winners for the week, or if you want to send out an email every day, you can just go there and you can see who won and then you can announce that. But yeah, an automated email that is something that I might think about updating. I think that could be useful. Yes, Vern. It's designed for PHP 7.4. This plugin, it should actually work with PHP 8.4. About half of our plugins are 8.4 compatible. We're still updating the rest before we officially announce that, but yeah, anywhere between 7.4 and 8.4, this plugin should work with that. And yeah, that's a good idea, Stephen. You could go through and our quad checker plugin makes that easy. You can go through all of your banner ads that are in rotation and take out the dead banners.
how difficult, Josh, would it be to also maybe put up the banner most clicked or the top 5 banners clicked or something like that.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
just
that's
thinking, this is see, we're still brainstorming. See, this is great for people clicking on it, but what about the people who own the banners? All right, they're getting views, but maybe, just maybe, that the fact that their banner is in the top 5 chosen.
ooh,
But
yeah, that's a good idea. Um, yeah, I'll have to think about that. Yeah, good. Yeah, I like this. This is what, we get to brainstorming and, you know, I'm sure most of you know we keep our plugins updated. When we think of new features down the line, if you already have the plugin, you get those new features for free every time we do an update. So yeah, I think we're already brainstorming some great things that we can add to the plugin. I think that email is definitely a good idea. And then, yeah, what you said, not just the top members, but also the top banners. Um, give them some recognition as well.
sent out an email that said, this week, Vern Chumley won the jackpot. And he had the top banner ad clicked on as well. Well done, Vern.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great idea. Um, The jackpot, it stays the same, Chase. It's whatever you set it to here in the admin panel. And you can set it per membership level. So if a free member wins, they could get this jackpot, but if an upgraded member wins, they get this jackpot.
In this case, you're talking about a rollover, Chase, but in this case, a rollover can't happen because it automatically picks one person out of the list of the people. It gets one every day. So there's no rollover.
Right, right. Can you share a screenshot? What's it for, Chase? Okay. Okay, yeah. If it's about this plugin, then yeah, you can. Um, I'm not sure if Zoom allows if Zoom lets you post it, then yeah, you can go ahead if it's about the plugin. Um, yeah, are there any other questions? Well, Jason, does anything you want me to clarify or go over again? Any settings that you weren't clear about that you want me to clarify? Does everyone understand how this works? And thinking about ways that you can use it on your TE? Ooh, that is a good suggestion. Weekly report. Maybe I will update. Um, yeah, maybe I'll update the weekly reports plugin so it announces the jackpots. That's something I could do as well. Um, okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure if it allows screenshots, but yeah, it does show the username of the banner. Yeah, if you go here, you can see for each banner ad. Again, this is just my account because this is just a test site. But for each banner ad, normally by default, it would show about 6 banner ads, and they would all be from different members. So you can see which member is promoting each banner ad. Yeah, I think that's a clever way to increase branding.
What I want to know, Josh, is what happened to Herm 1 and Herm 2?
Uh, I I don't know why I started using the number 3. I've literally used this since Since I was a kid, I think I had like Netscape or AOL, and I guess Hermie 1 and 2 were taken. Um, yeah. So these banners, this isn't separate from the banner rotation that already exists. So when you go to your banner ads, these are the banners that are rotating. As long as the banner's active and as long as members keep impressions assigned to them, their banners will rotate automatically on the banner click rewards page. Yes, so it will each banner that's displayed here. Now, there is when the member's waiting for their countdown, when it says you can click again, if they go back to this page, it won't deduct the impressions again. It only deducts the impressions when the member's eligible for a reward. So if a member's eligible for a reward and they go to this page, then for each banner ad it displays, it deducts an impression and it updates the stats. And then when they click on a banner, update the clicks as well. So yeah, that is a little safety thing that we put in place. So if somebody is just repeatedly refreshing this page again and again, you know, while it's counting down, it won't keep deducting the impressions. But if a member is eligible for a reward, then it will update the impressions and the stats just like it would if these banners were rotating in the surf bar. Okay. Any other questions, comments, or feedback about the new plugin? And we're going to price this around 90 at $95, but just as a special offer, just as we're releasing it, we've dropped the price down to just $75. And if you think about it, if you install this on your site and then you run a login offer and you really promote this and you're selling banner impressions as well and getting members excited, you can make this back almost immediately. Just sell a few banner impression offers and you can make this back, and then you've got this exciting new feature on your TE that's going to increase your results for banner advertising. It'll get members excited. It'll give them a reason to log in. Got to log in every hour. Get my reward and hopefully win that jackpot tonight. Okay. Any other questions, comments, or feedback?
Um, I just had a crazy idea.
No?
Well, I'm just thinking that to get the excitement, why not? So in midnight it picks. I don't know. I'll pick on Vern again. It picks Vern um, as the jackpot winner. So I mean, again, you could do this on a login. Yes, it is winner Vern, and a picture of Vern and his account details and stuff comes up. You could be just like Vern or Jace or wherever it is to get people to thinking, well, I'd like my picture. I'd like my picture to come up there the first time somebody logs in. My account details, my website.
Hmm. Yeah, I like the idea. Yeah, maybe have some macros so you could even create a splash page about it.
Uh, you know,
Um,
Vern's the big winner today. Be like Vern. Jace was the big winner today. I mean, the crazy idea was like, when somebody wins and you said, right, you've won, so you've logged in, and the other thing is that when the winner logs in and says, well, you won the jackpot today, do you have a comment to make? Like when somebody wins the lottery and they're asked to make a comment, oh, this is the greatest thing since I really enjoyed this. You know what I'm saying? So that when it comes up, you got people waxing lyrical about it.
yeah, Yeah, I like the idea. Um, Yeah, so already in the admin panel, it does show your recent winners, so you can do all this manually right now. But yeah, I'm thinking we can automate this as well. Create some macros, last 10 winners, and you can create splash pages, login offers saying these are the past 10 jackpot winners. You know, click here to go to the banner ads and get your own entries. Yeah, yeah, I like that idea a lot. Yeah, I think that's something that we can update into there pretty easily.
I mean, people like winners, right? I mean, if you could, people like to see other people winning stuff. It gets them wanting to do it. So if you can see, this was yesterday's winner, um, and yesterday's winner says, "Hey, I'm going to be doing this tomorrow because this is great." It gets everybody enthused. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
you have to be
like it.
careful. You'd have to be careful about some of the comments, mine. You know, but for that, when people tell you how great it is to, it's nice to win something. Everybody likes to win something, and everybody likes to hear about somebody else winning something. It could actually get people more enthused about it. And the more enthused they are about this, the more enthused they are about logging in and doing other stuff as well. That's my crazy idea for the day.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, and all of this, there's so many benefits that feed into each other. If you got members logging in more to get their rewards, and then like you said, that leads to, get them active in other things. But yeah, you've got people are going to be getting better impression or better results from their banner ads, more clicks and things like that. And that gives them a reason to buy more banner impressions. So you can run a login offer based on that idea. There's just so many other ways that you can go with this. And yeah, I'm making a note of all of these ideas because I think we can update some of this stuff into the plugin. Yeah, yeah. You might tell we're pretty excited about this. I think it's been too long since we've really focused on the core TE experience. What do members want? They want their banners to be clicked on. They want their sites to be seen. And I think this plugin does all of that in a way that's exciting. It rewards them. It's got this jackpot. It makes a game out of it, and while also truly boosting their results. Um, Okay. Any other questions, comments, or feedback? We do have some other announcements to go over, but I just want to make sure that we've explained the new plugin pretty well and everyone understands what it does and what all the settings are. And um, yeah. So the other thing that we want to talk about today is TE Command Post. You may have noticed over the past month, we've been doing a lot of updates to TE Command Post. And let me just switch over. You can see we've given it an all new design. We fixed a lot of things that we just make it easier to add your TEs that you want to track. We've given this an all new design. We've made it easier to use and things like that. But we're just getting started. We're thinking about making this a central hub for surfing events, for surfing promos. Um, we're thinking about adding a lot of things to do that. But before we do that, what we want to do is we want to make it easier for LFMTE owners to add their site to TE Command Post. Before it was a rather difficult process. You had to download a script, you had to upload it to your hosting. There were a lot of technical details that you had to fill in. But we're thinking since we own both TE Command Post and LFMTE, we can make this process a whole lot easier. We could integrate them together. Um, let me let me go to one of my other test sites and I'll do a demo of this. So So I'm going to log into the admin panel of one of my other test sites. And if you go into your LFMTE app store, you can see that we've added a new free plugin called TE Command Post that enables your TE to be added to TE Command Post. So if you can click here to add it to your account, and then you can install it on all of your TEs. Again, it's free. You can just go to My Apps, and then you'll be under TE Command Post. You would just click the install option, and then in TE Command Post, all you have to do is you just create an account, and you want to make sure that in your profile, your email address matches your LFMTE email address. This makes it easy for TE Command Post to find all of your traffic exchanges. Just make sure you use the same email address in TE Command Post and the trafficexchangescript.com. And then you're going to go from the main members area, you're going to go to TE owners. And then you can see this is a central hub. When you add your TEs, it will show some more information here, which I'll show you in a minute. But you can see that this is like a central hub for managing your TEs in TE Command Post. So the first thing you're going to do is go to the owner's application. And then it gives you step-by-step directions. Step 1 is to install the free app in your admin panel. And again, it goes log into your admin panel, go to the App Store, install it for free. And then once installed, you're going to go into your admin panel and then go to TECP settings. And then there's a spot for you to enter your license key. You can see it gives you the key right here. So this is my key. All I have to do is copy and paste it. And then my license key has been set. So now I'll go to step 2 in TE Command Post. So step 2, I select which of my sites I want to add, and all I need is I just give it the name. So I'm just going to call it WTest2 because it's a test site. I need a 125 by 125 banner ad. I'm sure most TEs already have one. If you don't, you can use Instant Banner Creator, create one for free. I'm just going to go into my affiliate toolbox because I went ahead and uploaded one. I've got this real simple one, just says test site. I'm just going to take my image URL. So this is my 125 by 125 banner ad. So I'm just going to paste this here. And then I'll give it a description. Again, if this was your site, you might say this is a fun, Traffic Splash is a fun manual traffic exchange. It's been around for 10 years. But I'm just going to say this is a test site. So if any TECP members see this, they just know what it is. And then last, all you need is a username and password of any active member on your site. And what this does is it tests the app. It just makes sure that everything's set up and everything's working. So I'm just going to use my own account. And this is all that you need. Now, there is an option. You can set how you pay commissions. So if you do PayPal commissions automatically on Mass Pay, you can say you do it either they have to request commissions or automatically. You could say, first of every month. Or you could say, first Friday of every month. And then if you have a minimum payout, you can set that here. And what this does is TE Command Post, it allows your members to check their commissions so they can see how much commissions they have. And then if you do payouts, this will show that information. It will say, you get the first Friday of every month. That way you don't get as many support tickets, saying, where are my commissions? Here they can see right here in TE Command Post, this is when they get paid. So after you fill all this in, all you have to do is click add your domain. and success. It automatically gets all the information. It automatically links TE command post to your TE, and it automatically approves it. Um, Before we had to do a lot of manual approval because you had to enter all the technical information, you had to upload the script, and there was a lot of things that could go wrong. But now that we have the app, all you have to do is install the app, just go through those few steps, and then now my test site is automatically added in TE Command Post. Now I'll just run through some of the other things for owners. You can see now my site's added. Um, as TE Command Post members add my exchange, I can see who's added it here. But this right here is important. When you tell your members, you know, Traffic Splash is now in TE Command Post, you can use this referral link for your members to sign up for TE Command Post. And what this does is this enters you into the weekly competition that we have for TE Command Post. And it's called our Strike Force. And I know some owners in here are probably already familiar with it because we announce these every week. But these are the exchanges that are bringing the most members into TE Command Post. And you can see the weekly rankings here. You can see the winner for last week was Hot Flash Hits. Um, you can see the winners here. You can see the top 10, but to get added here, all you do is use this referral link to promote TE Command Post to your members. There's also, let's see, there's some promo tools. So here it customizes the affiliate toolbox with your links. So you can see you have emails and stuff like that. But and then there's also commando serve specific ones so you can promote the strike force, things like that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how a TE Command Post member would add your TE to their account now. So now that you've done everything that you need to do as a member, you've installed the app. And when you go back to TECP, you can see there's a confirmation here. Instead of asking you for a license key, once this is set up, it'll say TECP is set up successfully, and you see a green checkbox. But now you might be thinking, how does this benefit my members? So when your members log in, or if they create an account at TE Command Post, they would go to Traffic Exchanges, and this is where they would add all of their TEs. But they would just go ahead and search for your TE. So I just added WTest2. And you can see, it just says this is a test site. And I've got the test banner that you saw me add just a few minutes ago. The members would go here. They would add it. They would enter their username and password for your site. And none of this is stored on our servers. We just use this to connect their TE Command Post account with the app. Once it's linked, we delete the username and password. But they would add it, and it would say it would add it successfully. And then when they go to TE credits, for each site that they've added, they can see how many credits they have. They can see the sites that they have. Let me log into my actual, this is just a test account that I set up for this. Let me log into my actual TE Command Post account, because this will give you a much better idea of how this is so beneficial from the member's idea, or from the member's perspective. So here, this is my account. So when I go to TE Command Post, here I have a lot more real TEs that I've added. So it's updating, it's connecting to each TE that I've added. And then here I can see all of my credits. So I've got 8 million credits assigned, 10 million unassigned. You can see, I've been using TEs for a long time, so I've got a lot of accounts here and a lot of credits. But if I can go to any of these sites. So Rainforest Clicks, for example, I can see how many credits I have, how many are unassigned, and then I can do this drop down, and then it shows these are the two sites I have in rotation, and I can see how many credits are assigned. You know, if I
Uh,
want to see what I have assigned at Traffic Splash, I can just drop this down, and these are all of my Traffic Splash account sites. I can see how much is assigned for each URL.
Now, it how about a way for owners to add in? So, okay, I can see now I'm running out of credits in Traffic Splash, and next to it, it says right now Traffic Splash are doing a special on credits.
That is exactly the type of stuff that we're planning on adding to TE Command Post. Um, like I said, right now we've just been updating the basics. We've been fixing what's already there, and we're making it easier for owners to add their exchange to TE Command Post because before that was such a difficult process. Now we've made it easier. So if you're an LFMTE owner and you're not in TE Command Post, we've made it easy. All you have to do is install the app, just go through those few steps I showed, and your site will be in TE Command Post.
Yeah,
Now that we've done this, we're going to be adding so much on top of it. We're going to be having surf promos. We're going to be having events. We're going to be revamping Commando Surf. Um, and then we can do some of the stuff that you just suggested. You know, if
yeah. So I mean, a
somebody's,
big list of stuff there that TE is doing this week. You know,
mm,
it says you're short of credits, but this particular TE, they got a special on credits for the next 24 hours, or they're doing a special promotion on such and such a date. That kind of information right there. Okay, that's. I mean, if you're a TE owner that's for always doing specials like that, to have it in there, not just wait for them to log in. You um, that's a cool for all those people that are in TE command post. They can see right up for fucking hell. Traffic Splash is doing a special. I didn't know about that. I'm gonna whiz over there. That kind of stuff.
yeah, yeah, that's exactly what we're thinking. You know, have ways for owners to put their promos in, you know, start promos from TE Command Post, announce their special offers. You know, if members are running low on banner impressions, you could have an ad right there in banner in TE Command Post. This is all stuff that we're thinking about adding. Because TE Command Post, this is the credits page. So this is my account as a member. This is all the exchanges that I'm a member of, and I can see my impressions for each one, and I can see all of my sites for each one. So I can see Hungry for
I
Hits. Look
I
at
mean,
that.
look how
Yeah.
fucking great it would be. Excuse my French, right? Because my head's turning. When you log into TE command post, it says, "Well, you're a member of 15 TEs. Go to the TE command post, and 5 of them are doing specials this week. Here they are."
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. See, I mean, I'm just seeing this for myself. I'm looking at my Hungry for Hits account, and I can see all of my sites have run out of impressions. So this would be a great chance. I don't know if Clara's in the room, but this could be a great chance for Clara to set up an ad. So whenever Hungry for Hits members run out of impressions, I could have something that pops up here that says, "Hey, did you know you're out of credits at Hungry for Hits? You know, I'm also doing a special. I'm selling, you know, the special." Summer Hungry for Hits ad package, and then I could buy it right here from TE Command Post. This is the type of stuff that we're thinking about. Um, so yeah, we're pretty excited, but
Yeah,
yeah,
Steve, the answer to that question is yes. You need to activate the plugin because that would automate all the stuff that Josh is just showing you.
yes,
You don't have to change your account or anything. Just activate the plugin on your TE, and then all of this auto stuff will be in there. You know what I mean? I mean,
yeah.
I don't
So
know how he's gonna, Josh is gonna sort that out, but just imagine you set up a special on your TE for the next 24 hours, and because you've got the plugin, that automatically slips in here as well.
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
So you wouldn't have to come in. You wouldn't have to come in the T command post and say we're doing a special. If you're doing a special on your site and you've got the plugin activated, the plugin knows that. So when they log in and say, "Well, you're a member of so and so," they're doing a special. Did you know that? It's automatic then. That's what the plugin does.
Yeah, yeah, that's the idea. That's why, like I said, some of the stuff that we're talking about, that's not ready yet. But the first step is just going to be making it easy for you to link that plugin to your TE command post account. This is all about getting your TE into TE command post. So right here, these are the all the exchanges that I'm a member of. But if your exchange isn't part of TE command post, this plugin makes it easy for you to add it so your members can do what I'm doing right here. And then all the other stuff will come later where you can announce promos, stuff like that. Now, some of this might be paid features. We might have premium advertising spots that we sell. We're still working all of that out, but the app itself is going to be free. So every LFMTE owner can add your site to TE Command Post for free. All you have to do is install the plugin from the App Store. Um, and just for those of you who aren't familiar with TE Command Post, I'll show you. So these are the sites. It also tracks your banner ads. So I can see how many impressions I have. Again, for every site, I can just go, I can pull under Hungry for Hits. I can see, I have about 5 banner ads I'm promoting in Hungry for Hits. And again, I'm out of impressions. I need to log in and assign some impressions. And I can see right here, I've got 2,000 unassigned impressions that I can assign. So I can log into Hungry for Hits right now. And I've even got a button that takes me right to the login page. I can log in. I can go ahead and assign my 2,000 impressions across these banner ads, and then TE Command Post will update it. And it will show me how many impressions I have assigned to each banner. It also tracks my text ads, and then it also tracks my commissions. Um, so again, if I can see how many total commissions I made, um, I can see again, this is what the owner fills in where I was showing you earlier. Um, it, you could see that this one, for example, doesn't pay PayPal commissions, but it does do manual payout from Payza after reaching $10. So you can fill in, and again, if you're an exchange owner and this has changed, you can just go to TE owners, and then you can enter. You can change your settings whenever you want to, if you change your payout policy or anything like that. But so it tracks your commissions. Each member, they have notes that they can add for each exchange. Um, and then if you're a premium member of TE Command Post, which right now comes with the Traffic Era Club membership, you get something called TE Alerts. And this, you can pull up reports. Let me pull up Traffic Splash. So this is my report as a member. It would show right here if I have any banner ads that are run out. Let me pull up Hungry for Hits because I was looking at that earlier. Here you can see, so this is much more useful. So you can see in my Hungry for Hits account, these are the URLs that have ran out of credits. These are the banner ads that have run out of credits. These are the text ads that have run out of credits. And you can see at a glance how many credits I have, how many banner impressions I have, how many text ads I have for each site. So this is just really useful if you're a member and you're promoting in a bunch of different TEs. You can see at a glance if anything needs your attention and what credits you have. And again, we're going to be adding more stuff so owners can promote here. So they can say, yeah, you're out of credits, but I'm running a special credit deal or I'm running a special banner ad deal. And we're going to have um, easy ways for members to add, for owners to add that from the app. Um, oh, another thing that's really useful is referral links. if you're filling in your downline builder and you want to say, what's my referral link at all of my TEs, this shows you at a glance what, you know, for example, these are all user IDs, but TS25 uses a username. So you can see this is my referral URL for TS25, website traffic hog. You can see all of your referral links at a glance. So if you wanted to do some promotions or if you just want to fill in a downline builder at another site, let's say you go to affiliate funnel and you want to fill in your downline builder for all of your TEs. Before you would have to log into every single TE, go to the affiliate toolbox, get your ID. Here, once you add your site to TE Command Post, shows you everything at a glance. So this just makes it so much easier for members to, you know, if you're doing cross promos, if you're, setting up cross promos and you're thinking, oh, what's my ID at this site that I'm doing a promo with? You know, I'm just going to log into TE Command Post and see all of my referral links at a glance. Um, yeah, but we're going to be adding so much more to this, but I think even right now, there's plenty of powerful features in TE Command Post for your members. All right. Are there any questions, comments, or feedback about that? Yeah, that's something we could do as well. Pull in the cross promos because now that it's a plugin, it can cross coordinate with your other plugins. That's one thing that we often do with LFMTE plugins is we have plugins that uh, cross coordinate. So for example, the TE Command Post plugin might be able to pull in your calendar for your Surfer rewards. And then maybe we'll have something in TE Command Post where everyone can see at a glance which, you know, these are the sites that I'm a member of, which of these sites are doing promos and things like that. And, some of this will be free, some of this will probably be premium ad space. Maybe we'll have a login offer at TE Command Post. And, if you're a TE owner, you can buy a login offer that says, here's my promos coming up and things like that. We're brainstorming all sorts of exciting ideas. But, yeah, the main thing I wanted to focus on today, since a lot of this is still in progress, is just how TE owners can add your exchange to TE Command Post from the app. So are there any questions? Does everyone understand that process? The app's free. Creating a TE Command Post account's free. So right now, every TE owner can add your exchange to TE Command Post. I just want to make sure everyone understands the process. Okay, perfect. So those were the two big announcements that we had today. The Banner Click Rewards plugin that we're really excited about. We think it's going to get members excited about banner ads today. And then also laying the groundwork for TE Command Post. We have all these ideas coming up in the future, but it's right now we just want to make it easy for LFMTE owners to add your site to TE Command Post. That way, when we do make those other features available, we'll just be able to do an app update and everything will already be interconnected. Tony, I can show you that real quick. So banner click rewards. Uh, by default, if you're using the default theme, it should add it automatically. But if you have a custom theme, you may need to add it to the menu. And this is the URL right here. So wtest5.com is just one of my test sites. But what you need is just banner underscore click underscore rewards.php. And that's the link that you can add to your menu. Okay, perfect. Okay, so those were our two big announcements. We have lots of other things that we're working on. We're still updating plugins. We want to get everything working on PHP 8.4. Um, that's going smoothly. We've got about half of them done, but we'll just keep rolling out updates as we do them. And the other big thing is we're still working on Genix. Um, we've got some pretty good we've made some updates since the last meeting. We've made the page editor a little bit smarter, so I think we had done that just before the last meeting because Nancy was posting some of the splash pages that she had updated.
I'm just
Um,
going to say that because we've seen some owners use GenieX to redesign their banners and all that kind of stuff. You know, give GenieX, this is what we've got now, but make it nicer, make it better. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I'm assuming if someone hasn't got a 125 by 125 banner that you were on about, they could give GenieX a 468 by 60 banner and say, make a nice 125 by 125 out of this.
yeah. It should be able to work that out. It doesn't work directly with images. Instant Banner Creator would probably be the tool you want to use for that, but it does
Okay.
do page layout. If you have the images, I know Nancy was showing a really good example. She had a few 125 by 125 banner ads for different TEs that she was doing a promo with. And she just created a real basic page. She just stuck the 125 by 125 banners on there. And then she wrote some text and she didn't really stylize it. She just said, surf this many pages here. So she had the images she wanted to use and the text she wanted to use. And she gave that to Genix. And Genix came up with really nice formatting. The banners were laid out nicely. It really it formatted the text so the surfing requirements really popped out and it was just a really nice splash page and Genix did all of the coding for her. So all she had to do was just take that code, put it in the affiliate toolbox, and then Genix did all of the technical work. Um, but we're working on making that even smarter. We've got some updates that we're testing now, some new AI models that make it even easier. It can help you brainstorm content. So if you want to revamp your sales page, it can, really flush out your headlines and things like that. So that's all coming down the pipeline. We're really excited about some of that stuff. But, yeah, I think that about summarizes what we've been working on. What do you all have for us? Any suggestions? Any comments? We want to hear from you. We want to know what you're thinking about. If there's anything in the script that's not working for you that we can simplify, that we can make easier. Um, we want to know what we can do to make things easier for you. And also, if there's anything that, is working well for you. I know, Nancy was happy to share, what she was using Genix for. We love seeing that type of feedback. You know, at first it's good to see owners getting a benefit out of the stuff that we build, but also it lets us know what we need to focus on going forward. If owners are using that a lot and they're getting a lot of benefits from it, how can we focus on that and make it even better? A contact manager feature. Can you let us know what exactly you're looking for? How you want to use that? Oh, and also, yeah, the the banner clicks, it's not in the App Store, it's in LFMTE. So if you go to the trafficexchangescript.com and log into your owner's account, just click on latest plugins right here at the top. And then Banner Click Rewards is the first plugin that pops up. And then after you purchase it here, you can get for the discount price, just $75. After you purchase it here, it will show up in your app store automatically. So then you just go into your admin panel, you go to your app store, you go to My Apps, and then after you've purchased it, it will show up in the list here. I've already got it installed, but it would show up right here with the install option next to it. And yeah, you can go to the trafficexchangescript.com or you can just go to lfmte.com and that will take you directly to um, the site where you can log in. Okay. So if you have issues with emails going out, that's normally a hosting issue. There are a few things that you can check in Genix. If you go to Genix and then status and settings, you want to make sure that your crons are all running. These are the three mandatory crons. We also have something called Genix Queue, and it's disabled by default, but if you have a large list and you want to use this, if you do enable this, just make sure you add this cron job manually to your cPanel. So if this is enabled, make sure that you've added this and this turns green. Other than that, just make sure these three things are enabled. And if all of this is enabled and it's still not going out, it's normally a hosting issue. You can think of Genix as like a food ordering app on your smartphone. So on your smartphone, you can open an app and then you order your food. That's basically what Genix is. You're placing your order here. And then after you place your order, it goes to a restaurant, and then the restaurant actually makes your food. And in the same case, once you place your order here in Genix, it's the server or your hosting provider that actually sends out the email. So if you place an order and then, your food comes back most of the time, but then occasionally, you get the wrong order or if the food isn't made right, it's really that would have to be something that you talk to the restaurant about. So in the case of Genix, if the emails aren't going out, it's normally a hosting issue, if that's a good analogy.
Now, talking about Genix, not necessarily the email side, but the AI side of it. Now, I've posted in there a text script for everybody to download. Now, that I wrote that for Zario users, but um, there's a great step-by-step plan there, an explanation of how to actually write prompts for AI and Genix so that you can get more out of it rather than just writing there, I want a banner that does this. If you're the more specific you are with your prompt, okay, the better the better result you get back. So there's something for everybody to read about how to write good prompts for AI and how to keep it in on uh, um, on course, if you want, for what you want it to do.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
that helps.
that thanks for sharing that. That's a very valuable resource. Yeah, if everyone can open the chat and see what Robert posted, um, yeah, that's a great guide to getting the best results out of AI, and yeah, that'll work with Genix as well.
Because I've found with it with using AI with Zori, obviously I'm using that a lot, but it's the same with Genix. And you can actually, I mean, tell it off. No, no, that's not that. You could do better than that, type thing. Almost like you're talking to an employee. Just and think of it, a Genix as an employee. You're explaining to your employee what it is you want him or her to create. And the more detailed you can put in there, I mean, I've even said to, okay, that's a great piece of ad copy, but look, I want it to sound like I'm talking to a friend. Rewrite that as though you were explaining it to a friend in the and the what comes back is entirely different to what they first put out. You know, if
Yeah.
you set up the parameters about who are we talking to when we do this, what is the I mean it in AI we're talking that they call them avatars. What is the avatar that you're actually aiming this at? But the avatar is, I want it to sound like I'm telling a friend. Write it like I'm telling my kids. Um, that kind of stuff. Okay, we're talking to a programmer here. He's very technical, so you can use technicalities. But at other times, they'll give you stuff back that's very technical. You think, no, I don't want that. I, I don't understand technicalities stuff, and neither does the person I'm trying to get this message over to. So simplify it and talk to me like I'm you know, a third grade, eighth grade student or whatever. And the result comes back hugely different if you're that precise about what it is you want to come back from.
Yeah, that's very good. That's a big thing about AI is that, if you think about traditional software, a lot of times if you try something and it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. But with Genix and really any other AI, if you ask it to do something and it's not right, tell it what you don't like about it. Tell it what you want it to change, and it understands that. You just explain exactly what you want it to do, and it can do it. But that's what's really cool about working with Genix and working with AI is, if it's not what you want, just explain to it what you do want. Say, this is wrong. I want you to do this. I want you to make it more technical. I want you to make it less technical, and it'll do that for you.
I've even got Zara. I mean, I've written in a prompt and then said to her, "Okay, look, this is my prompt, but is it enough? Do you understand it? Write me. If it's not, rewrite the prompt. What are the things that you would want in this prompt, and rewrite the prompt in order to, and they'll actually probably write the prompt for you. That's the other thing, right? If you read through this thing, that's exactly what I did. I told her, take the original prompt and then rewrite it and make it more efficient and tell me why it's better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can do all those things. This is so even when you write in your own prompts, you can say, hey, look, make it more efficient. What else do you need to know? You can
Yeah.
tell the difference between the original prompt and the rewritten one. Act as a digital marker, write a persuasive landing page for a virtual. See what I'm saying? It's much more out there, and you'll get a much better response when you do that. I've learned a lot just playing around with, and I know I'm talking about Zoria now and on Genix, but they're both AIs. They both act the same. By just following through with this stuff and say, make my prompts better. What am I doing wrong? And you get so much more out of it.
Yeah, yeah, and again, for everyone in the chat, if you're even if you're not using Zaria or using Zaria or using Genix right now, I encourage everyone to download that guide that Robert posted because those examples are very valuable. And if you are using Genix, I recommend just taking some of those examples, putting them into Genix, or reworking them to what you're trying to get. If you're trying to ask Genix you know, which banner ads are getting the best clicks, which of my products are selling the best. Those are the types of things that you can ask Genius because Genius has access to your database. It's built right into your admin panel. Um, and I think I'm still sharing my screen. Uh, um, Okay, so this is a test site. I actually don't even have Genix installed on this test site, but you can see that it has these different AIs here. Um, your page editor, you can ask it to rewrite my sales page and things like that.
Even down to ideas of look at the moment in the GE industry. These are the type of cross promotions people are doing. They're doing this. There's this one, and this is what it does. Da, 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 da. Give me five examples of new cross promotions that we can put together uh, based on the things in this stuff. You'll be surprised what it comes up with.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing is Genix understands traffic exchanges. If you can say, just even when writing an email, if you're writing an email announcing a surf promo between Hungry for Hits and Traffic Era, you can open Genix AI and then you can explain to it. You can say, I'm doing a cross promo between Hungry for Hits and Traffic Era. They have to surf 100 pages at each site and they get 5 cents or whatever you want the price to be. Genix understands that. It knows what all of that means and it will write a, a good email. It can even use analogies from Hungry for Hits. It can make analogies about food. If it was traffic splash, it could make analogies about Splashy the dolphin, and uh, I think we created a shark character, Sharky, Splashy and Sharky. It can, you could say write a funny story about Splashy and Sharky announcing this cross promo, and it'll come up with something really good. Um, it's
And
unique
right,
to
and
understand.
all those things. That's good ideas, okay, right? But think outside the box as well with it. Ask Genix to come up with a brand new way to do promotions. How can we make all these are the stuff that's going on at the moment in the industry? How can we make this better? What can we change? What can we do that's different? And I'll bet you it comes up with. In fact, I'm going to try it in a minute.
Hmm,
It's. I bet it comes up with a whole host of ideas that you can actually start using.
yeah. Yeah, and the updates I'm working on, I'm just testing out some new models right now, and once we have those updates in place, it'll be an even better strategist for your TE.
Yeah, right now I'm only 10th in the GE command post. These are the other sites that are better than me. Why are they better than me?
Yeah,
Think outside the box. Just don't think about getting it to write emails and all that stuff, which is good at doing. It can do all that stuff, but think about the box as well. How can it make me better? Why are those TEs forever higher in the list of GE command posts than me? You'll be surprised at. I'm guessing you'll be surprised at what some of the stuff it comes up with, some of the innovations.
yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, I might have to try that myself. What was I doing the other day? I mean, this was probably a few months ago. I asked Genix to do something, and it maybe it was upgrades. Maybe I was at Traffic Splash and I was asking about upgrades and I said, what was selling so well a few years ago that aren't selling today? And it went through my sales data and it said a few years ago you were selling a lot of lifetime upgrades and this made up a significant part of your revenue. And I looked at the stats and it was right. I was making a lot of sales from lifetime upgrades and I had just taken those offers down. And I didn't even think about that, but Genix went through that, and I just asked, what was selling so well a few years ago that isn't selling today? Why are my sales dropped? And Genix went through my sales data and it pulled that out. And I thought, wow, I didn't even think about that, but that's the type of stuff that Genix can do. You can ask it about your sales. You can ask it, who are your most loyal customers? What can you tell me about that? Genix, it can go through your database and can pull out all sorts of insights. And again, that document that Robert posted has so many good examples of, just looking at those examples will have you thinking about the type of stuff that you can ask AI and the type of stuff that you can ask Genix. And if anyone hasn't downloaded that, yeah, I highly recommend downloading. Um, that PDF. And then just go into Genius and just try asking some of those things yourself and rework them to meet your site, say what type of stuff have I been selling that, has sold well in the past that isn't selling today, and it can give you suggestions on how to improve that.
I was just
It's
going to say that because that's the other thing. Maybe look at all the things we've done over the last 10 years have made us that have put jumps in our revenue, and look to see how we can update that. What can we do to make changes to that to make it more updated? Bring it into the 21st century. Things that we couldn't do before, but we can do now. Fresh ideas. I tell you, you'll be buzzing. You'll be hopping around, buzzing there. I got cat on a hot tin roof. Ooh, ooh, ooh! Can we do this? Can we do that? I guarantee it.
yeah,
Things you'd
yeah,
never even think of. Shit, why didn't I think of that? Anyway, I've waxed lyrical about that. If I haven't put a fire under your bottom, under your belly for that one, for getting into using AI for strategic thinking, not just writing emails and stuff, but for strategically how you can change things, then I don't know what else I got to do. Have fun.
yeah. I wasn't even thinking about talking much about Genix today, but yeah, you can tell that we're pretty excited about just the stuff that we've been using this for our own business. So I'm just going to put the link in the chat. And if you're on LFMTE, if you're on the latest script update, you should already have, let's see, go back to my admin panel. Yeah, you should already have Genix AI installed. And you can see here, this is just a test site, so that's why I don't have Genix set up here, but you can just click, if you're already a member of Genix, you can just go ahead and immediately just jump into a conversation with any of these AIs. But, oh, also, when you go to each of these AIs, if you click on this thing called Toolbox, let's see. Let's see, do I have it installed on this site? Oh, I do. Okay, so perfect. So if you do have Genix set up, this is what you see. You see a box down here where you can um, actually chat with the AI. But if you go to any of these AIs, if you click on Toolbox, it will give you examples of things that you can ask. You can say, here's just a simple formatting, change the color of the first heading to red on the sales page. But then you can also get into more in-depth things like provide a summary of the sales page and describe some ways that it could be improved. And you could just click on this, put that in there, and again, this is another test site with a really basic sales page, but I'm just doing this as an example just to show you. Here, Genix pulled in my sales page. And again, the reason it says site name is because this is just a test site. But if I did this on Traffic Splash, it would look at the Traffic Splash sales page and it would give me some personalized tips and suggestions on how I can improve this. Include testimonials, case studies, um, things like that. And this is going to get even better, as I test those new models and I integrate that into Genix. I'm going to be making some upgrades and it's going to get even better and better at this, whether it's providing information about your existing site that you may have not even thought of, or creating something new, create a new splash
Yeah.
page and things like that.
Even to the extent where I've said to it, we can't do this at the moment. But what would we need to do? What would we have to add to make it digital? I mean, we get people coming through the support desk saying, "I want, can we make my TE do this? I want to be able to do this," and it's not in the original scripting. Okay, but instead of asking the support desk, ask Genius. This is what I would like to do. What do I need? What is needed to be added to the site to be able to do this? What programming is required, and all that. And they'll write us. They'll write out what is required in a whole list of things that you can then give to a programmer and say, "This is what I want." And I've done that twice. And given it to with Zora, and I've given it to Josh, and he went, "These are good. I could do this,"
Yeah.
because she writes out completely what he needs to do as a programmer, and he can understand it right away and go, "Oh shit, yeah, I could do this. I hadn't thought of that. Well, that's a good idea." Okay, so it could actually write the plan out for you and say, "This is what you require to make it do that."
And not
We've done that twice, Josh, haven't we?
Yeah, yeah, we have. And not only does it write out the plan, but after it writes out a plan, you can continue having a conversation with it. So let's just say um, it says add social proof. So you say, okay, you could say, give some examples of social proofs, or anything that you want clarification on. You can just ask Genius or you can ask Staria, whatever AI you're using, and here you go. It just gives you some examples. And again, this is just a test site, so it's not real personalized. But if you install this on Traffic Splash, I can guarantee it would personalize it just for Traffic Splash. It would, really work it into your theme.
And when we did that, didn't it also give you examples of the code that you would have to write to require to
Yeah,
do it? It
yeah,
did, didn't
yeah.
it? Yep. Actually wrote
It,
some of the code for you.
yeah, Genius does know coding. Genius, Aria, they both know coding, so they can help you out with that as well. It is really exciting.
Anyway, there we go.
All right. So I know and this has been an exciting meeting. We've got the banner click rewards plugin. I think it's going to get members excited again and get results. We've got so much stuff that we're working on with TE Command Post, and we made it easy for you to add your TE to TE Command Post with our free app. And we weren't even planning on talking about Genix as much today, but we're working on that as well. And we're excited about what it can already do and what we're going to make it be able to do. So yeah, what do you all think? Are you all excited about what we talked about today? Um, what exactly are you all thinking about as owners? Because we want to know what you're thinking, so we know what we should be focusing on.
Can hear a pin drop. uh, one of my bugbears that you can't hear a pin drop. You can hear a pin land, but you can't hear it drop. Okay. Anyway, I hope that that text file I gave you gets you thinking about what you can and can't do with Genius or any AI.
Okay, it's been about an hour and a half. I think everyone's just absorbing everything that we went
Yep.
through, but
There we go. It's been a great meeting. Thanks, guys.
And yeah, I agree, Mick. That's definitely something we haven't forgotten about. We've got about half the updates. We've got about half, well, over a little over half of the plugins updated to PHP 8.4, and we're just chugging along through the rest of them. We don't want to just recompile them. We're actually fixing little bugs here and there. We're going through the support desk. We've got that suggestion box, and whenever we do an update. We look through the suggestion box and we say, are there any good suggestions that we can knock out while we update this plugin? So we're just plugging along with our existing plugins. And again, if you have those plugins, you always get those updates for free. We deliver them right through the App Store. Um, so yeah, we haven't forgotten that. We're still we're going to get those updated as well. All right. I think that's about it. Thank you everyone for coming. But yeah, I think this was a really exciting meeting. I think we got a lot of good feedback as well. You know, I've already got like 3 or 4 things I can already add to the banner click rewards plugins that I think are really good ideas. So I'm gonna get to working on those. I appreciate everyone who's offered feedback and offered suggestions. And again, thanks for my team. Thanks, Robert and Eva, for joining us and being an important part of the team. We couldn't do what we do without you guys. And I want to thank all the customers for coming out. And yeah, thanks for joining us. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend.